welcome back to episode 2 of my little quick chats with Arden series. I got a few comments on my last video that were basically like, why would you give up a job that you love that was really well paid to go travelling? And so today's episode is why I decided to quit my dream job as a lawyer to take a career break. So I'm going to start off by saying that I do love being a lawyer and I really did enjoy my job, but I always have and I always will have the mindset that a job is a job. I go to work to be able to afford to do fun things. Like, if I won the lottery and became a millionaire overnight, I would not still be going to work. I work to live, I don't live to work. And I think that's particularly important in law, as I think there's like a common misconception that when you work in law, it has to be your whole life and you should dedicate every waking moment of your time to your job. And if that's something that you want to do, that is completely up to you. It's your life. But personally, I know that I'm not going to be lying on my deathbed at aged 85, recalling all the times that I wrote a really good letter to the client or when I got a really good settlement on a case. Like, those things don't really matter in the long run. Instead, I'm going to remember in the time when I was on national television in Thailand for being a ring girl in Muay Thai, or when I went rock climbing on a paradise island, or when I swam with a giant turtle for the first time. And my mindset is I want to fill my life with as many of those important memories as possible. Nothing else really matters. It doesn't really seem that important. I think one of my comments was about the wage of a lawyer and why I walked away from that. But the only reason I would want a wage in the first place is so that I can afford to travel. If I did win the lottery, I would spend every penny on exploring new cultures, trying new foods, meeting new people. And travel is something that I'm really, really passionate about. And I was lucky enough to have a job where I was able to save and take this once in a lifetime opportunity. Has anyone heard of the story of the fisherman and the banker? So basically, the story is that the banker went on holiday to this small coastal town where he met a local fisherman. And the banker said to the fisherman, "How long did it take you to catch all them fish?" And he said, "Not long at all, just a few hours in the morning." And the banker said, "Well, why don't you stay out longer for the rest of the day and catch more fish?" And the fisherman said, "Well, I've got enough to support my family. I don't really see the need to stay out for any longer." And the banker was like, "Well, what did you do with the rest of your day?" And the fisherman says, "With the rest of my day, I sleep, I play with my children, I spend time with my wife, and I play guitar with my friends." And the banker was like completely unimpressed with that. And he said, "You should go out, you should fish more, and then with the extra money, buy a bigger boat. And then you should buy loads of boats, and then eventually you'll be able to take over the control of the distribution of the fishing world." And the fisherman says, "Well, how long will that take?" And the banker says, "Around 20 years. And the fisherman says, "Well, and then what?" And the banker said, "Well, that's the best part, because then you'll have this massive company, and then you can sell it and become rich and make millions." And the fisherman said, "And then what?" And the banker says, "And then you could spend your days sleeping, playing with your children, spending time with your wife, and playing guitar with your friends." Like, I just absolutely love that story. I think that's just a reminder of like what's really important in life. If you're not familiar with how qualification as a lawyer works in the UK, it's a long process, but once you're qualified, you're qualified. So I'm a qualified lawyer now, and I'll always have that. Like, no one will be able to take that away from us. So even though I've quit my job at this particular firm, I could still get another job as a lawyer in the UK whenever I wanted. So taking a break isn't throwing away what I've worked for. It is literally just taking a break. So I'm losing literally nothing by doing this, and I'm gaining so much in terms of exposure and new cultures, improvement in mental health, reduction in stress, meeting new people. Like, I honestly challenge you to find me someone who has quit the job and travelled the world and then just came home afterwards and said, "I really regret that. I wish I didn't quit my job and travel the world." Like, I honestly do not think that person exists. Moving on to why I think you should take a career break, I think most importantly is the reminder that travel gives you to be grateful for every single day. And I know that for a lot of people, life is just dragging along, like days and weeks, they fly by, they all merge into one, and you're left thinking like, where has the time gone? And that's because I think we tend to sit all day waiting for 5 o'clock, and then we sit all week waiting for Friday, and then all winter waiting for summer, and then before you know it, your life's over. And it sounds brutal, but literally anything could happen. Like, why would you waste time? One of my biggest reflections from traveling so far and being away from home is that I make the most of every single day. Every day I'm trying new foods, I'm speaking to new people, I'm trying new things that I've never done before. And my fun isn't restricted to after 5 p.m. or on a weekend. No day is taken for granted. And I know it sounds cringe, but I don't care because that's true. And time is one of the few things that we can't buy, and it's so precious. I'm not sure who said it, but I watched a podcast once with this man who is now a millionaire. And he said, when I was 21, all I wanted was to be a millionaire. But now I'm a millionaire and I'd give it all up to be 21 again. And I feel like I'm getting a bit preachy, but this is just how I see things. You only get one life and you don't get very long. Do what makes you happy, and seeing the world is what makes me happy, and that's how I know it was the right decision for me. Okay, I think I've waffled on enough there. I hope that answers the question of why I took a career break. If anyone has any more questions or anything else they would like me to discuss, please do let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribed. I will be posting daily vlogs, and I'm going to be trying to do one of these little chatty episodes per day as well. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.